In this session we are going to create the details about my favorite song and assign them to JavaScript variables. And to start off, I'll give an explanation about my development environment. And as you can see, I have opened my Visual Studio Code editor side by side with my browser, that is Google Chrome browser. So on my Visual Studio Code editor, I have opened my project folder, which is ES6, and within ES6 we have several folders and files. And to start off, we have our package.json file. So I'm using npm as my package manager, and that is what I have used to generate this package.json file. In this package.json file, we have several dependencies, which is Babel CLI and Babel core, and the rest are just the name of the project, which is ES6, the version is 1.00, and description plus the main entrance for the JS file, which is index.js. We have scripts that will automatically run after running an npm command from our terminal, and that is build. We shall run this particular command. So this particular command will identify the .js file from my source folder. So that is a JS file that will contain my JavaScript code, which is in ES6, and then the destination folder will be the dist file. So this is the source folder and this is the dist file. So this ES6 JavaScript code within my source folder will be compiled to ES5 code, which will be saved in a destination folder by the name dist, and therefore the file that will have the code in the source folder will be saved will be automatically regenerated in ES5 in the dist folder. So, and then you have our repository, which is git of git type, and the URL is my git repository. The other details about the author and the license, and that is all for my package.json file. The next file is packagelog.json. Well, we don't have much to talk about this because this is simply a file that is automatically generated once package.json file is modified. So we don't have a lot of explanations to give for this. And then after that we have index.html file. So this is the template that will enable us to console our JavaScript code on the browser. So we don't have much here. We just have the basic boilerplate code for the HTML, and of note is our script tag here, whereby we are importing or we are including our JavaScript file. So you notice that we are including the JavaScript file from our dist folder, not from our source folder. So the dist folder is the one that will contain the file that has already have the pre-compiled ES5 code, but we don't want to use the one from the source folder because we want to use the ES5 compiled JavaScript code. Then we have the title, which is ES6 JavaScript, and on our body we don't have much, just a h1 tag, as you can see, about learning ES6. Then we have Babel rc. This one is just providing us with a preset environment to enable us compile ES6 to ES5. So I'm using Babel to compile. I'm basically using Babel to compile my ES6 code to ES5. Then we have source folder. The source folder has got song.js file. This is where we are going to write the ES6 JavaScript about our song and the details of our song. From there we have the node modules. So this basically contains our dependencies, which are named within our package.json files. So these particular development dependencies are the ones that are contained within our node modules. And then we have our dist field for folder. So currently our dist folder is empty because we have not generated any ES5 code, because we shall generate that after writing our code on the song.js folder and the on the song.js file, and then run a command that will generate ES5 code into our dist folder. So that is all about my development environment, and we shall proceed into our song.js file and write some code. So I can now close my Explorer so that we can have a little bit of more space. So I'll start off by giving some comments to give an explanation about this particular file, and I'll use the multi-line comments. And this is okay, this is song.js file. And basically what it does is contains details of my favorite song assigned into JavaScript variables. Then you can close the comment. That is it. So on line 5 we can start declaring our variables, and the first one is a song name. Let's start with the var keyword. This is equal to my favorite song is the title is Melanin, and then the other variable is genre. The genre is Afropop. And then we have the release date. Which is well, for this I didn't want to include this in a string, so I had to research about the date object. So for this I will use an object. So we shall use the inbuilt date object within JavaScript, and we shall define that by using the keyword new, and then this is a date, which is an object. Within it we shall give the particular date when it was released, and the song was released on November 27, and the year is 2017. So that's pretty much the release date. Next we have the duration in seconds. So the song is usually 5 minutes, approximately 5 minutes, so that will be 300 seconds. That will be a number. Next we have the album. The album is called African Sauce. Next we have artist. This song is produced or sung by a group of artists by the name Sauti Sol. Then we have the artist's city. Can name it city of origin, which is Nairobi, and country of origin. that is Kenya. So that's pretty much the variables, and we can include a single line comment here to specify that the release date has been assigned using a date object. So that is it. So next we are going to console these variables on our browser. So we shall use console.log, and the first variable is song name. Then the next variable is genre. Moving on, the next one is release date. Then we have duration in seconds. Then we have album. Next we have artist, city of origin, and lastly we have country of origin. So that is it for the song.js file. So I can save it and run a command that will compile this code to ES5. So from my inbuilt CLI provided by VS Code, I can clear the console. So I'll run the command that is specified using our package.json file. So this is the build command. So from my project folder, I'll just run npm run build. So you can see our code has successfully compiled, and now if you go to our dist folder, we already have a song.js. So that has been compiled from this file from our source folder. So moving on to our browser, if we open the console, so this is the console, and if I expand it, you can see that we have our variables consoled within our browser. So these are our variables. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.